Hey babes, so today we are back with a watch me work. Um this is I believe this is a 5 week in between. Yes, it went a long time. She is a busy mom. So this isn't a fill, this is a rebalance, and there is definitely a difference in between those. And on two of the fingers, I do like a close up and a real time to show you guys how I get off some major lifting. Because you need to make sure you get off all that lifting, and then we cut these nails down, and I have to literally, like, it's literally a rebalance. I have to move the apex. I have to file basically the entire nail thin, or thinner, cut the length down, and then I have to move back the structure and the strength. I have to move it back to where it should be. And so these actually, so she's one of my problem lifters. And so we were both fairly surprised that at 5 weeks there was two nails that were pretty lifted. So okay, so this is one of them, and this is, I believe this is in real time right now. Yes, okay, this is in real time. And so I can see, so she told me about this nail. She had hit it a few days prior to coming here. And so I can see up where the cuticle grow out is, I can see lifting right there. And as I thin out the acrylic more, I'll be able to see more lifting, because it's light right there and it's not attached to the nail plate. So I'm just being really careful, and I'm supporting the bottom of the nail with my ring finger right here because of how much lifting there is. I didn't want to put too much pressure on the free edge and have it lift more. And so after I get the nail thinned out right here, and I can kind of see how much lifting is really going on, I will start filing like right behind the lifting. So wherever the lifting stops is where I try to focus my filing on. And that way, so you get it thin and then you start filing where the lifting stops. And you want to be really careful because, so this is a 2 or 3x coarse bit, and I'm going pretty fast right now. So that's why I am taking my time. I'm being very gentle, and I'm just being really careful right here. So, you'll see that as I get it more thinned out, I can see more lifting. And then when that lifting gets away and I thin more out, there was a lot of lifting on this nail. Like, I almost wasn't able to save it. Literally, by the time I was done getting all the lifting off, she had a nail tip on. That's it. So normally I would have just taken all this nail off because it's a lot of filing to file all that off. Sometimes it's easier just to clip it off, file it down, and put a new nail tip on it. But anyway, so you can see at the top right here, you can see that right there is lifted. And that's what I can see right now. And so I'm going to keep thinning it out, and see a piece just flicked off right there. And so that's why I'm going really, really slow, really light, little strokes on my e-file, because it will flake off when it gets to a certain point. And so I don't want to press hard, because then if it flakes off, then I'm going to go and hit her natural nail, and you do not want to put this bit on anyone's natural nail. So I'm just very, very gentle. And then like right here, I kind of feel it and see if I can flick it off a little, and I can't. So, okay, we're going to keep filing. And so, yeah, I just really, really take my time on this. And I go really slow, and, I focus. And so like right here, you'll see me start. Now I'm going behind the lifting. I've got it thinned out, and I am starting to, like, it's kind of hard to see right now, but I start filing behind the lifting, so that way I could almost like file up all the lifting and then basically like reseal it. See right here, I'm starting to make a line where the lifting is, and that will start to flake off. So just be really, really careful when you're doing this. I get as much as I can with this bit, and do as much thinning out as I can, but then I finish off with the sanding band because that one's a lot safer, to get like the little bit of last lifting. But for the major parts right here where I need to thin out a bunch and get a bunch off and stuff, and so you can see as I file more, you can see where the lifting continues. So yeah, I'm just going really slow and really careful. I'm taking my time, doing little baby movements on here, very, very light pressure. Like I said, I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to damage her natural nail. I just want to get this lifting off. So see right here, I kind of tried to flake it off again and it didn't. You never want to pry off a lifted nail, even if it's lifted, or cut it with cuticle nippers, because that will essentially cause more lifting, and the pulling off of the natural nail will damage it and cause more lifting, and you don't want to do that. We want to preserve the natural nail as much as possible as a nail tech. And so yeah, like I can still see lifting right here as I keep thinning it out and going further down. I keep seeing more and more. And that's why you want to just like, so if say I stopped filing where I first thought the lifting ended, and then I went and did put more acrylic over it, she could possibly get greenies because there is a pocket under there and moisture can get under there and cause like a bacteria to grow, dark, wet places. You know what I'm saying? So you really, really want to make sure that you are getting up all the lifting and you're not causing more lifting. Like I've even heard that the vibration from the e-file can cause more lifting. So you just want to get all that lifting off, all of it, even like the tiniest little sliver. You want to make sure literally nothing is lifted anymore. And like I said, you don't want to pry it off. You don't want to take a nail tip or something and go under and pop the nail off. Like you just don't want to do that. If it's lifted, you can file it and very gently and it will flake off where it is lifted. And that's how you want to do it. And then finish up with the sanding band. So anyway, we're shortening the nail. This nail, because it was so lifted and stuff, I didn't reshape it until after the acrylic was put back on it and I didn't want to lift it anymore, and I was trying to save the nail as much as possible. And this is a big reason why I don't suggest people go that long in between fills, because this could have really damaged her nail. Like where I have it filed off right now is kind of where her apex is, and that's supposed to be where the strongest part of her nail is, but it's in the middle of her nail right now, closer to the edge. And that's how people damage their nails. And the nail can literally, like, man, guys, nails, like, they can last, but it's not good to go 4+ weeks, especially if your nails grow fast. Some people's nails go really slow and they can go 4 or 5 weeks, but some people's nails grow really fast and they can go like 2-3 weeks. And everybody's different. So I always lecture her. She should not have gone this long. She knows it's not just a fill. It is a rebalance, which I charge the same amount for a full set because it is quite a bit of work. So now I'm just moving on to the rest of the nails, and I think I skipped through some of the fingers on this hand because it's just kind of repetitive, and this is sped up pretty fast now. And yeah, so I'm just gonna let you guys kind of watch a little bit. There is another nail that I do real time and zoom in on, and it's just an all clear nail on the other hand. That way you guys can kind of see the lifting a little better. It's easier to see lifting on clear acrylic, in my opinion, than it is on a nude, which is what was on that previous nail. So, and right here, there's a little bit of liftings. Like I consider these normal liftings, like on these nails, just a little bit around the cuticle and stuff, especially at 5 weeks. So like I said, you just want to make sure you get all that off, and you want to, since we're doing a rebalance, I literally am restructuring the entire nail. And moving the structure back to where it needs to be. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and watch for a little bit, and I'll pop back on here in a minute. Alright guys, so we are back on this nail, and as you can see here, so this is still in real time, and as you can see here, I am now focusing on going behind where the lifting stops. So I have thinned it out, and you can really see where the lifting stops right here. And I'm just, like I said, this is in real time, and I'm going super, super careful. Some has already flicked off, and I kind of got a line separating the lifting from the knot, and then I was able to kind of just flake the rest off right here. So, and I can still see a little bit of lifting on this nail, but it's so minimal that I'm going to go back in with my sanding band to get it. I don't want to go in with that coarse bit anymore. Like it just doesn't need it. So now we are going in with prep. I have debulked the nails, I have cut them down, and I have got a majority of the lifting. So now I'm going back and I'm pushing the cuticles back with a cuticle pusher, just very fast. I don't spend a lot of time on that. Now I'm going in with my ball bit, and I'm in reverse right now, and I'm more or less focusing on pushing back up against the cuticle, not like putting pressure on the nail plate, so to say. And that's why I have it in reverse. I like it better this way. I'm able to get it all the way around, and I don't have to like put it in forward for half of it and then reverse for the other half. And then right here, I just couldn't get some of the cuticle up, and I didn't want to like dig at it with the bit, so I just kind of went in with the pusher. Anyway, so my prep is pretty simple. I don't know, I push back the cuticles, go in with the bit, and then I go in with the sanding band. And so now this sanding band is 180, so it's a medium, but it's a lot softer than most 180s, and I'm at like 3,000 RPMs right here. You don't need to go super fast. You don't need to put a lot of pressure on the nail, anything like that. And so I'm just going over the entire acrylic just to smooth out my base layer that I'm going to be working on. I get up any of the lifting that is left, and then I get off the shine from the natural nail where the garrote is. And like I said, you just want to be very, very gentle. Like, you don't need to be putting a lot of pressure on here. You shouldn't be damaging your client's nails. You don't need to, like, they shouldn't feel any heat, any pain, anything like that. So, and right here, there was still a little bit of lifting that I did not get with the other bit. So I'm going to get it with my sanding band right here. You don't want to leave any lifting, guys. Like, none, not even that little piece right there. So anyway, that's what I'm doing, and this looks like I'm not being gentle because it's really sped up, but I promise I'm being gentle. And then, so once all of this is done, I clean up my station, and then now I'm going in with acetone for my dehydrator. I stopped buying regular dehydrator and just started using acetone, and it seems to work really good for me. And I focus a lot on getting in the creases of the nails. Now I'm going in with Protein Bond, and on her ring finger, you can really see now how much lifting there was. It's literally just the tip that's left. If I would have known it was that much, I would have just taken it off and restarted. So I do one coat of Protein Bond, and then I go in with my acid-based primer. I started using this for her because she is my problem lifter, and it seemed to really help other than just using Protein Bond by itself. And now I just go in and use it with everybody. So I do one coat of that, and you want to be careful not to get this on the skin because it is an acid-based primer and it can burn your client's skin, or like if they have a cut or something, they'll definitely feel it. But now that the primers are on, I'm going to go in and put just a thin clear layer down real quick so I can protect the primer and so she can use her hand. And I do it with both hands. I'm obviously only showing you one hand right now, but so I do that real quick just to protect the primer from not getting anything stuck to it. And that way they can use their other hand, and then I go in with my application. And this is just a clear acrylic. We're not like redoing her ombre or anything like that because we're going to be using gel polish to paint over it. So yeah, I am going to let you guys go ahead and watch. Oh, I think I already, in this clip, I already have the thin clear layer down, and now I'm actually, yeah, because if you see the other nails. Okay. So anyway, now I'm just going in with the fill rebalance part of it, and this nail took a minute because I had to literally like completely restructure all of it and stuff. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you guys watch this application, and I will come back on when I feel like I need to. Okay, so now that the acrylic application is completely done, I am continuing on my normal routine, and I'm going in with the hand file. Same routine I always go in with as I do my hand file, and I do kind of like the underneath on the sides, and then I do the shape, and then I'll kind of, you know, file on top of the nail. I don't worry about the cuticle area or anything like that, because I get that with my bit. And like I said, this nail, I did not do any prior shaping to it, so this guy I spent a little more time on getting it back into kind of like that tapered look. And oh man, this client, she is probably one of my worst at having her hand tip sideways. And like you'll see me a lot like reposition her hand. And it's literally how people place their arms on the armrest. You know, there's a specific way that you need to do it, and like instead of having the bend of your elbow down, you need to have the bend of your elbow out to the side. That way when your hand relaxes, it doesn't keep kind of twisting to the side. You know, and a lot of people will try to put like their entire arms on it or just their hands on it, you know, and I mean, I guess depending on what kind of armrest you have might be different, but mine is, you know, a little elevated, and you put like your forearm on it, and that way I can have room underneath your hand, and then you'll want to keep the bend of your elbow to the side. And instead of me just telling her that, because I didn't even think of it until now that I'm rewatching this video, I kept just moving her hand and moving her hand. But yeah, so anyway, I am just going to be doing my filing. Yep, there we go. There's a lot of that going on. But anyway, this set was pretty simple. I don't think I show all of like every single filing finger or whatever. I ended up laying the acrylic pretty good on this set. Some days are better than others, so there wasn't a lot of filing to be done, which was nice. I definitely enjoy that, and I'm sure she does as well. So anyway, and then there was like, for some reason, 2 fingers were just not the same, and I lined them all up, whatever. And that's why it's really important to continue to check the length of the nails and make sure that they're the same throughout your appointment. Because literally as I was filing them and cutting them down, they were all the same and lined up. But then as I got here, they started not looking the same. And then towards the end of the appointment, you want to do it too, because when you're shaping the nails and trying to get the free edge straight, you could have to file too much on one and it might be a little bit shorter or something, so you just want to keep checking the length of your nails and then looking at the hand as a whole as you're shaping, like all the fingers together after each nail, to make sure that they are looking similar. And then also look at both hands as a whole. I did this and then I noticed that one of my fingers, or her fingers, needed to be kind of tapered in a little more. And so you just want to keep checking. You just want to look at everything as a whole. And then, because I used to just focus individually on each finger and not like compare it to the other fingers on the hand and then the hand to the other hand. You know what I'm saying? And so I like to do that. And yes, guys, I am going to be doing my shaping video. I know I've talked about it so many times. I have this video that I have to get out, and then I have one more that I have to get out and get out of my phone. And then I will be working on, I'm going to do the shaping video, I think, in like a series or parts, because there's a lot to it. It's not just a one video type fits all type of thing. There's different shapes. There's doing it on yourself. There's doing it on a client. There's doing it after the acrylic is laid. Long nails, short nails, curved nails, straight nails. Like, there's just a bunch. So I'm going to do it that way. And I'm also going to do it to where I'm not doing a voiceover. So hopefully I can explain it good as I'm recording. So we'll see how that goes. It might end up doing a voiceover. Who knows? We'll see. So now that I did all the hand filing and the shaping, I am going in with my 5-in-1. This is a fine bit. And I go in and I seal the cuticles. And if I need to go over the rest of the nail, kind of touch up anything, then I do. And like I said, the acrylic was laid pretty good on this set, so there wasn't a lot of filing to do. And that's always nice. So that's why I always suggest people to, when you're first learning how to do nails, focus on your application, period. Focus on your application. Like, people always say, oh, well, I can always go in and file. Yeah, but it's going to take a lot more time. If you start focusing on your application and your liquid to powder ratio and learning how to lay acrylic properly, you won't have to go in and file as much. And that was something I didn't realize when I first started. I just slapped acrylic on and then spent freaking a long time filing, and it's much faster this way, and it just goes smoother. So focus on your application rather than trying to focus on doing acrylic ombres or color blocking or nail art. I mean, you can, but you really want to get your application down first and foremost. Like, that is the most important thing when you are new at learning nails. But anyway, that kind of went off a little sideways there. And so when I'm doing this, you see I keep kind of dusting off her nail. That's because I like to get the dust off in the cuticle area, so that way I can just make sure it is sealed properly, because sometimes the dust will kind of like hide if I need to do more or whatever. So yeah, and then my bit is on, I believe it's a 10 or a 12. I don't remember, but that's what I'm comfortable with. And it goes fine. And I don't use my dust collector at this point. Like, I only use my dust collector in the beginning when I'm like debulking or removing nails. And I really should use it the whole time, because it's a lot of dust, man. But anyway, so this part was pretty smooth. And then after, as always, I go in with my sanding band, you guys. to get out any of the divots that this made, and then further just smooth out the nail. And then I've been going in with my little buffers. I have little like single small buffers, and I don't normally use them because the sanding band normally just does it for me. But I want to try to use my stuff and get rid of them. So I've just been using them, and it's been fine. I just make sure I don't over buff the nail and make it like too smooth, because then the gel polish doesn't want to stay on as much. So anyway, this is what I do. Oh, and so also, like, I don't know if you guys can really see it from this angle, but I am constantly looking at the nail from all different angles and views, and like consistently, and that's how I feel like I'm able to get the proper structure and shape, because shape isn't just filing on the sides of the nails. Like where I'm at right now, that matters. Where I'm filing right now on your shape, it can make it look wide if it's too bulky right there. And so you want to look at the nail from every freaking angle, but I'll get into that more. Guys, thumbs are my worst enemy. I hate doing thumbs. They always turn out super lumpy and bumpy with the acrylic application. And yeah, I don't like them. They're not my favorite. But anyway, so here is my sanding band. And then I'm pretty sure I go in with a buffer. And then we go in with painting and the design. So I want to thank everybody for all your guys' support. I have a couple more videos that are going to be coming out. I have a Madam Glam one to do. I'm really excited about that one, you guys. I got some really cool stuff from them. And if you guys have made it this far, leave a tongue, like a tongue lick or something in the comments. Anyway, so thank you for all of your guys' support. Thank you to my subscribers. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. Like this video, leave a comment. I love interacting with you guys. Any suggestions? I mean, you guys can put whatever in there. So we're kind of to the end. I mean, not really. Like, we have like, I don't know, 7 more minutes left. But I'm just going to let you guys go ahead and probably watch the rest of this video, unless I can think of anything, which I very well might. Yeah, so anyway, thanks guys, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!